Hello, 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 my lovely watchers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we are talking all about wealth for this series. And I'm unpacking my own wealth journey and how I'm building wealth from scratch. If you want to know more about my wealth building journey, check out all of my big money mistakes video that I did where I talk about all of my millionaire money mistakes that I made. And also check out my building wealth from scratch video where I share my timeline, my goals, and my plans in specifics. And in this video, I want to talk about the stock market and how we are utilizing the stock market to build wealth, and also my relationship to the stock market because I haven't always been a fan. So as some of you know, I started my business making $2,500 a month as a social worker. That's not a lot of money. I didn't come from a family of money, and also I didn't come from a family of investors. A lot of the people in my family do not have retirement. They have not invested in the stock market. It was never something that they talked about on a consistent basis. And so I came into my adult years not knowing anything about retirement. I vaguely remember in my 9-to-5 job meeting with someone who was like, "You're so young." This was when I was 21, 22. "You're so young, just put $25 in the stock market, put $50 in retirement," in addition to what my job was already contributing. And I was like, no, this is my money. I want to keep it. And I thought that the stock market was like taking my money and I wouldn't be able to have access to it until later. Where was my money going? Who was it being managed by? I was also thinking about the 2008 crash, which impacted my family drastically. And I was thinking, okay, well, what if my account is liquidated? What if they take all my money? And I had all of these thoughts about the stock investment for several years, all the way up to about maybe $500,000 in my coaching business. I still had all these thoughts. So the majority of my 20s, I was not heavily investing into the stock market. And I really thought about it deeper. I didn't think I was lazy. I didn't think I was ignorant. I didn't think that something was wrong with me. I was thinking to myself, there's a deeper reason why I'm not doing this. And I think it has to go to history, right? Financial institutions were not always kind to people of color. They took advantage of us often. There's so many predatory loans and predatory financial institutions taking advantage of us. So it makes sense that subconsciously I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the stock market. I'm afraid to invest in this way. I'm afraid. And so when I looked at it in that deeper context, I had a lot more compassion for myself. And with that, I talked to a wealth coach who knew what it was like to work with women of color. And I told her all of my fears and all of my worries, and she was able to break down the stock market in a way that I could understand, which is, and again, this is probably oversimplified, you put in money to the stock market, it's comprised of lots of different businesses that will ebb and flow. It's not just this quick rich scheme that's going to be making thousands and thousands of dollars and never go down. It's going to ebb and flow, but that money could be creating earning potential for me while I'm resting, while I'm sleeping. It is a very passive income stream. It's really the only form of passive income available. It's also the #1 way that people build wealth in America. And when I thought about it that way, I was saying, well, then who am I to not also build wealth like this? And so I set up all of the accounts that I needed. I also am working with a financial planner and I'm putting together a strategy for my investments as well. And then I thought about, okay, my retirement can be done. I think 100% my retirement is gonna be able to be funded through investments. But what else do I want this investment portfolio to do? What else could it do? What are the options available? And then I found out that people were using the stock market to retire early. They were using the stock market to pull out dividends, which is like a surplus of money that you can personally take out and you can live off of while the rest of your accounts kept growing. And I was like, that's interesting. That's super fascinating. So there are all of these people, you can look it up, being a part of the FIRE movement, which is financially independent, retire early, where they typically work a 9-to-5 and they dump all of their money, they scrape and scrape and scrape, and they dump all their money into the stock market, and then they're able to live off of the stock market for the rest of their lives and not have to work. And that's a journey that I went on, except I'm not doing the scraping part, I'm just gonna earn more. And so then I said, okay, well, what if I could have the ability to retire if I wanted to by age 35? What if I'm able to pull out $20,000 a month for the rest of my life From the stock market, if I aggressively put hundreds of thousands of dollars in the stock market between now and age 35. That's when the stock market excited me. I actually had a goal and something that I was really wanting, and I saw how the stock market could fuel that goal. So in general, as like an ending to this video, whatever financial goal you have, what if the stock market can help you get there? I know it's scary to invest. I know it can seem unpredictable. I know you can feel like you don't have any control, but with the stock market, you can take out your money at any time. Sure, there'll be penalties based off of what exact account you pull it out of, but you are always able to access your money. And depending on the types of stocks that you get, your risk for all of it going away or it being heavily impacted will go down too. So the stock market is for people of color. It is for us. We have to choose the goals that matter to us and how the stock market can fuel them. All right, thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you on the next one.